Just saying the name brings an image to my mind. A bird, majestic, wings outstretched, glowing with flames. A creature that burns, dies, and is reborn from its own ashes. It's a symbol that has fascinated me for as long as I can remember. There's something about the idea of renewal, of starting over, that resonates so deeply. But where did this legend come from? How did the phoenix find its way into the myths and beliefs of so many cultures? The story of the phoenix is ancient, so ancient that it's hard to trace its exact origins. But one of the earliest and most well-known versions comes from ancient Egypt. They called it the Bennu. It was said to be a heron-like bird born from the waters of chaos at the beginning of time. To the Egyptians, the Bennu was a symbol of the sun, of creation, and of resurrection. Every morning, as the sun rose, it was as if the Bennu was reborn, bringing light back into the world. The Bennu was closely tied to the cycle of the sun, rising, setting, and being reborn. Egyptians believed that just like the sun, life too was a cycle. Death wasn't the end, it was a transformation. And so the phoenix, or Bennu, became a powerful symbol of life's eternal flame, burning bright, dying, and rising again. For them, the phoenix was more than a creature. It was the embodiment of hope and renewal. But the Egyptians weren't the only ones who spoke of a phoenix. Across the sea in ancient Greece, the story took on new life. The Greeks described the phoenix as a magnificent, fiery bird, one that lived for hundreds of years. When its time was near, the phoenix would build a nest of fragrant wood and set itself ablaze. It wasn't an act of destruction, it was an act of transformation. From the ashes of its own death, a new phoenix would rise, stronger, more radiant than before. It's fascinating, isn't it? How different cultures, separated by time and distance, told such similar stories of this fiery bird. It's as if the phoenix captured something universal, an understanding of life's cycles, of renewal and transformation. In a world where change can feel like the end, the phoenix stands as a reminder that even from destruction, something new can emerge. Even the ancient Persians had their own version of the phoenix, called the simur. While not a perfect match for the Greek and Egyptian phoenix, the simur was also a bird of immense wisdom and healing. It was said to live for centuries and, like the phoenix, was believed to be a creature of eternal life. Its feathers were said to have magical properties, capable of healing the sick and guiding the lost. So what is it about the phoenix that makes it such a compelling symbol? Is it the fire, the drama of its death and rebirth? Or is it something deeper, the idea that no matter how dark things become, there's always the possibility of starting again? I think that's why the phoenix has survived in our stories for so long. It's more than just a myth. It's a symbol of resilience, of the human spirit's ability to rise after even the greatest of falls. In medieval Europe, the phoenix became a symbol of faith and immortality. For early Christians, it represented the promise of resurrection and eternal life. It was said that the phoenix could live for 1,000 years, but when its time came, it would build a pyre, die in the flames, and from the ashes, it would rise again, renewed and eternal. This image of the phoenix as a symbol of life after death spoke deeply to the early Christian church, and soon it became a part of their iconography. But here's something interesting. For all its ties to fire and death, the phoenix isn't really about destruction. It's about transformation. Think about it. The phoenix doesn't burn itself to end its life. It burns to begin again. That's the core of its story. The idea that change, even painful change, is part of life's journey. It's part of growth. The phoenix reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there's always a spark of hope waiting to ignite. I think that's what draws me to the phoenix. It's more than just a bird made of flames. It's an idea, a symbol that speaks to the parts of us that have faced hardships, that have felt like we were reduced to ashes. And yet we rise, every time. Maybe not the same as we were before, but stronger, brighter, renewed. So, the next time you find yourself feeling defeated, or like everything is falling apart, remember the phoenix. Remember that even when it seems like everything is lost, there's always a chance to rise again, to be reborn from the ashes, to start anew. The phoenix isn't just a myth or a legend, it's a reminder that we can always rise, no matter how many times we fall. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more tales of myth and legend.